Make it as easy as you can. Cooking is fun. Say it with me.
Cooking is fun.
Welcome back to Kaitlyns Kitchen. On this episode, we're gonna make a black bean salsa. Now, for the special surprise, we have a very good friend of mine, Anna. Every time I make this at home, she wants a bite. She wants to know how.
I eat the whole thing.
So for this recipe, you'll need 1 pound of black beans, 1 pound of corn, 2 tomatoes, 1 red pepper, 1 red onion, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, garlic, jalapeno, just 1 if you need a bit more spice, 2 limes, avocado, and cilantro. Also on the end is salt and pepper to taste. The first thing is cutting everything equivalent to the size of this black bean, which makes sense because in a dip everything's uniform in size. Drain that black liquid. So you pour the beans into a strainer or anything you have on hand to give them a rinse. The next step is to put the black beans that you rinsed and drained into a big bowl because you're going to incorporate all the ingredients as you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the corn is I'm going to put it in the saute pan. So I'm going to give it a little bit of browning and a little bit of flavor. So I would usually put oil on this, but because it just came out of the freezer, I'm going to just let it go into a dry pan because I don't want any oil, hot oil, and water reaction. While that's getting hot, I'll show you how to cut the tomato. Now always cut like a boat. Like this boat is in the ocean, you see? On the waves. So you're gonna, like that. So after you cut it half inch thick, you're gonna layer up, maybe 2 at one time. Cut along the tomato. And what I'm doing is looking at like the size that I'm gonna make like out of this. I like to match it with the bean size. So I'm going to turn it like this and then cut some cubes of tomato, just like
Perfect.
So. I feel as though it highlights things in this like salsa, but in reality it should all blend as one. And the taste is awesome altogether. So I'm going to throw those in, and you can see the comparison in sizes. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the tomatoes.
My tomatoes are always a mess when I do this. Like always a mess. I just don't understand why yours are not a mess.
They are.
They're not. They're perfect little cubes.
Thank you, Ann.
I love them.
So now we're going to go back to this corn because I can hear the pan getting hot. In the whole bag. So here we go. We're going to let that sit in the pan. What we're looking for is like a really dark color like you're on the grill. Because that little like char and that little like smoky flavor goes a long way in this. See, that's another thing in the kitchen. Like the food talks to me. Like I can hear that one is getting very hot. It's like I want it to brown.
Okay.
Like I want it to actually purposely burn. You know what I mean? Like get that black look on it.
Brown corn.
We'll add the flavor we need. No. So we will do the red pepper next. First you're going to cut off the top. Alright, now you're going to cut off the bottom. After you cut the top and the bottom, a little line right to the side. Now you're going to lay it down like a fruit roll up. Exactly. And you're going to slide your knife along the fruit roll up.
I did this last time.
Did you?
No joke.
Was it natural?
No, I watched your video.
I love you.
This really works. You can do it. It's okay. You won't cut your fingers off. And it looks that good.
So now I cut it in half. I'm going to cut it in half again, just so it's as flat as it can be on the cutting board. Make it as easy as you can though. A little brown stuff that's happening. That's what we want. Now while I take the corn out, you want to try this one out?
Oh shoot. The truth about Anna's meal prep. She can't cut.
Oh, shush.
I'm trying though. this kitchen.
Joe, that knife. I know. I'm gonna add in the hot corn, and that's fine because everything in here can be heated. Even at the end of this recipe, you could heat this salsa up and cheese on it, roll it in a tortilla. You can do a lot with this recipe. So warm is fine, cold is fine. So you want to give that a good little stir just to see what we're working. I love this recipe because the colors, like, it's appealing to the eye, and the best thing is it's wicked healthy. Beauty. So I'm gonna cut the top of the onion. I'm gonna cut the onion in half through the root. Alright, so now we take off the skin. And like I said before, cheat code for the onions. You follow the veins of the onion. This is how you're gonna make perfectly good sized cuts for this salsa.
I'm just like the automatic stir.
Okay, so it's intimidating. So some people don't pick it up. They already get the one that's already chopped up in a jar. But honestly, fresh garlic is just 10 times better. Aside, it'll happen. So here I found 2 cloves of garlic. But this recipe calls for 1, so I'm gonna get, this one's good. It's nice and big. You don't need much garlic. It's just gonna be like a filler for like the empty space of taste. Put your palm on the knife. You just push. Now we're gonna cut it out. It's already basically crumbling. So now we're gonna go towards the hot pepper. So the way to find out is by chopping it like so, cutting it right down the middle so you have a long piece of jalapeno sliced through. You can use the seeds inside if you like more heat, because that's where the heat comes from. I just want to take the membrane out, so I suggest you use your finger and just scrape them out. Wash your hands right after so it's not stinging your fingertips. So I'm going to slice it like this. Keep small dice everywhere. Good.
Are you gonna add the seeds?
I am.
I'm pumped.
Okay. Yeah, and this is a big dip, so it shouldn't be like too overwhelming. But it's gonna have that kick to it. We'll leave a little piece of the jalapeno right here so we can see the sizes of everything. We're gonna go with the lime next. So what you do is roll it a little bit, release the juices inside. And you're gonna cut it down the middle. And we're gonna squeeze the juices into this dip. So the 2 liquids that we're adding is lime and then some vegetable oil, I'm sorry. If you have olive oil, that's fine. But extra virgin olive oil has a little taste to it and it might like alter the whole dip. So use the oil, it doesn't have taste. We're gonna add into this dip avocado. Yes. So we're eating this right now. My little suggestion to you at home is if you're having a small portion of this, add avocado as you eat it, because it'll just sit in there and brown if you leave it all in the fridge. So like right now we're all gonna eat this. I know this stood my chance. So we're gonna add the whole avocado to the whole thing. When it comes to cutting an avocado, this is very hard. Is it? Yeah, it's a hard one. It's horrible. There was no ripe ones in the store. So I'm just gonna show you guys that there's a big, huge seed in the middle. So I like to take my knife and hit it a little, and now I'm going around that huge seed.
A ripe avocado. Oh, so much easier. So now that I know I circled that seed all the way around, I'm going to
take both sides and twist it. Not right. It's horrible. That's just bad though.
Looks dope.
So you do a little twist. If your thing is ripe, it's going to twist. It's going to be like the easiest thing. Is that how you cut your avocado?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is horrible. I keep saying horrible because sometimes.
Honestly, sometimes though, when it's harder like this, I find it, although it's not ripe,
yeah,
I find it that it's easier to chop up. So it's like not getting all smushy in your hands, and it smushes in the salsa. At least now it'll be like actual cubed, really fresh.
So now the recipe calls for a bundle of cilantro, but This looks like a lot to my eye, and I just don't want to put the whole thing in. So I'm not. I'm going to just go with what I feel throughout the recipe as I'm cooking, and that's like the best part about it. You can just do what you want. So grabbing a whole bundle is great because if you like more, you have the whole part of cilantro. But, sorry, it's falling off this cutting board. You want to try?
No. I'm just kidding. It's.
Do you want to give it a mix?
Yes. Professional mixer.
So the best part about this recipe is you really have to taste it to find out if you nailed it. I'm gonna grab 2 spoons, and what we're gonna do is try this without the salt. That's the baseline.
Yes. So good.
I need salt.
At the end,
I need salt, right?
a little bit, I'd say, yeah. To enhance the taste. To enhance the taste.
I'm gonna add about wow. And then I'm gonna just do like a dash of pepper on top. It's a flavor. It's just okay. Let's go.
I'm salivating. I'm salivating.
Let's see where we're at.
Love ya. That's good.
Get your own bowl. Get your own personal bowl. Yeah. No. All right. And there you have it. Black bean salsa. Let's get the chips right with them. Tortilla chips. Hope you all enjoy this black bean salsa. So glad to have you on Kaitlyns Kitchen today and learning how to make it.
Learning how to chop.
Very glad that you're here today, and I hope you all enjoyed our special guest, Anna. Really encourage you guys to use this recipe for parties or for at your house. What else?
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Make the dip. Make the dip.
Make the dip. Make sure you get your own bowl. Cheers. Quick tip with the corn, if you want to give it a browning, don't move it. Don't act like you're sauteing it up. It needs to get like that scorching hot heat right on it. Toss it around once or twice. I'm personally moving it too much, and I know that, so I'm gonna let it go for a second. Let's cut another vegetable.
Oh shoot.
So that's all the vegetable.
Stop. Look at it. No, look at it.
That is actually like on
That's
point.
like on point. Show the bubbly part.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yes, it's way cuter.
If you'd like to comment on the link below and let us know which side's cuter, this side or this side, we'd really like to know. Okay. You want Mickey? You want Mickey on here?
Can I eat it?
You can eat Mickey if you want.
That's fucked up.